But yes, we're doing it again. And should I say I can't believe it? Because Fani Willis is just gonna Fanny. Hey, yo. Probably not the best way to say that. Fani Willis is gonna do what she does. So we've been talking about everything that happened with Fani Willis after she was completely kicked off the election interference case against Donald Trump. Now, Fani was being called, and she was going to be called to testify. We had Bill Cowherd up there, and he was trying to get Fani to come and testify, come and meet before the Senate, because she was supposed to do it earlier, and she didn't show up. She just completely defied the subpoena, and now it's looking like it might happen again. Shout out to Burt Jones for posting this amazing picture of Fani Willis on a milk cart, and it says she's missing. Why is she missing? Prosecutorial misconduct. If found, please deliver to the Georgia Senate. That's probably not going to happen. Burt Jones says this charade has gone on long enough. Fani Willis is afraid of transparency, and every delay is just another attempt to hide from the truth. We also have this as well. This is breaking news from Fulton County's district attorney will not appear this week before the state Senate committee investigating her due to a scheduling conflict. Stop the cap. 3 days from now, on Thursday, Fani Willis was supposed to go before the Senate on the 13th, and she's deciding, I'm not going to be able to make it, guys. Sorry. Hopefully we can figure something else out. And we've seen this happen before. I'm actually going to remind you guys of when it happened the first time, and we'll see why Fani is probably trying to dodge the Senate hearing again. Check this out.
In a statement, Jones also urged Willis to comply with a subpoena for her testimony in front of a Georgia legislative committee. The group is looking into her prosecution of former President Donald Trump.
And that committee actually met today, but Willis didn't show up. Our Doug Richards with the 11 Alive political team was there for the hearing today at the state capitol.
The Senate Investigative Committee has met for weeks. Interviewing Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis would have been its crowning achievement, except it didn't happen.
Call to order.
The Republican-led committee had spent weeks gathering testimony designed to undermine the credibility of the Fulton County District Attorney's election interference case against Donald Trump. For this meeting, it had issued a subpoena to compel testimony from DA Fani Willis.
And she didn't show.
Fani Willis, she has not appeared yet.
But when the chairman called Willis's name to testify, she did not answer.
I would ask the doorman, please check the hall to see if she has appeared.
Willis is challenging in court the legislature's power to subpoena her to testify. Instead of questioning Willis about her relationship with former special prosecutor Nathan Wade, Republicans interviewed the Senate's former clerk, who said, yes, the subpoena was legit.
This committee does have the authority to do the investigation, to subpoena witnesses, and to enforce those subpoenas.
But with no Willis appearance, Republicans ended the hearing as Democrats complained about what they view as its real purpose.
I think it does have its political undertones, without a doubt. I think this is basically trying to serve the interests of former President Trump.
It's possible that appellate courts will have to decide on the legality of the Willis subpoena. But this committee's work has to end legally in January, and courts are notoriously slow. At the Capitol, Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.
Especially here in Fulton County. All right, so now we got to figure out why Fani Willis is doing this. We're going to get into an article here, but you all may remember, and I want to remind you of Fani Willis saying, okay, you know what, guys, I'll take the L. I lost. I'm off the election interference case. I will testify. I promise I will do this. Did she follow through? What? No.
But we begin with breaking news in the ongoing saga over the Fulton County election interference investigation. A judge has issued a deadline or he will dismiss the case. Good evening. I'm Courtney Bryant.
And I'm Russ Spencer. This afternoon, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee gave the state prosecuting attorney's counsel 14 days to appoint a new prosecutor in the case, or else that case will be dismissed. McAfee's order comes after courts removed Fulton County DA Fani Willis from the case. Last month, the state Supreme Court upheld her removal over the appearance of impropriety related to her romantic relationship with special prosecutor Nathan Wade, whom she hired.
Shout out to Nathan.
Even though Wade left the case last year, the courts ruled that DA Willis should no longer prosecute this case.
The judge's order follows a surprise announcement from the state capitol today. A state Senate committee that has questioned the actions of Willis in the 2020 election interference case dropped another bombshell.
At the end of a 90-minute public hearing, the committee chairman announced that Willis has apparently given up her legal fight and will testify before the committee next month.
Fox 5's Deidre
so she said, but she didn't.
Dukes is at the state capitol with the details. A lot of new developments tonight, Deidre.
A lot of new developments, that announcement coming during a 90-minute session this morning, that hearing underway at the state capitol. And as it wound to a close, we did learn that attorneys have been negotiating behind the scenes, apparently, with the committee chairman announcing that DA Fani Willis has agreed to appear before the panel and answer their questions next month.
We need her input. We need her to tell us what does she think is appropriate behavior by a prosecutor so that we can build it into the law.
Senator Bill Cowser chairs the Senate committee investigating Fulton County DA Fani Willis's alleged misconduct in connection with the Georgia elections interference case. After months of back and forth and legal challenges, the committee announced during Friday's hearing that Willis is scheduled to appear before them on November 13th.
Okay, so now what did Fani Willis say about that hearing? Well, there might be a little bit of an issue. Senate committee to discuss the new Georgia project, and we're going to get into Fani Willis here. Check this out. The Georgia Senate Special Committee on Investigation will meet on Thursday to discuss the now defunct new Georgia project, but won't hear from Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. Chairman Bill Cowser from Athens and the committee attorney Josh Belafonte said at the committee's October meeting that Willis could appear on November 13th. She's changing her mind. Her counsel has indicated that she is available on that day and will honor the subpoena subject to certain limitations in the scope of questioning, Cowser said. So basically they had a back and forth. Fani said, I'll show up, guys. I don't have a problem with showing up, but you're only going to ask me certain questions. You're not going to ask me about Nathan Wade. You're not going to ask me about why I was hanging out with him and still taking trips with him at the airport. We're not going to talk about that. We can just talk about this and this and this and this. And Bill was open to it. He said, fine, we'll figure out a way to make it work. But Willis had a scheduling conflict unrelated to the Senate committee. Evan Bergwall, the director of the Senate Communications Office, told the Center Square. The committee subpoenaed Willis to testify about her prosecution of President Donald Trump and others in the case, accusing them of election fraud. Willis fought the subpoena but lost in court, one of her many L's she's been taking in the past year. On Friday, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones posted a picture of Willis on the milk carton, which we showed earlier on. Oh no, we lost the article. Hold on a second. They're doing us dirty. What happened? Oh no, did they take the article down? Wow, they took the article down right in the middle of it. That is crazy. I've never seen that happen before. Let me see if I can find it again for y'all, because now it's showing that it's not even in here. I should have taken a screenshot for it. What I will do, and let's see if the Georgia Virtue has it here. We can try here and see if they say the same thing. Here we go. The committee subpoenaed Fani Willis to testify about her prosecution of President Donald Trump and others in the case, accusing them of election fraud. Willis fought the subpoena but lost in court. On Friday, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones posted a picture of Fani Willis on a milk carton on his campaign page or social media page in response to Willis not appearing. And it says, "This charade has gone on long enough," Jones said. Fani Willis is afraid of transparency, and every delay is just another attempt to hide from the truth. The Center Square was unsuccessful getting comment prior to the publication of Willis's attorney from Georgia Governor Roy Barnes. The Senate Special Committee on Investigations expanded its scope during the 2025 session to include the new Georgia project. Former Democratic candidate Stacey Abrams founded it, but she has not been involved with the organization in years. The new Georgia project announced last month that it was dissolving. Representative Jason Smith, who heads the House Ways and Means Committee, said on Thursday the dissolution comes after scrutiny from his committee. So there's the reason why. The new Georgia project decision to dissolve further confirms the Ways and Means Committee and the Georgia State Ethics Commission's findings that the organization broke the law when it failed to disclose more than $7 million in illegal contribution and expenditures designed to prop up Abrams' failed 2018 campaign. Thank God. Georgia State Ethics Committee fined the New Georgia Project and the New Georgia Project Action Fund $300,000 in January. So, again, the Senate committee has some questions about this. They want to ask Fani Willis. Fani Willis has a dentist appointment and she's not going to be able to be there. So let me know what y'all think about this in the comments and in the chat. Is Fani going to face more trouble? Is she going to be sanctioned? Probably not, but something has to come of this. I want to know what y'all think.